Let's get right into it. We're about to do a back and chest workout. And this workout, in my opinion, is the best workout you can do in order to chase the best aesthetics for your back and your chest. I just shoveled cement for the past 6 hours. I'm absolutely tired. So I got my pre-workout up in here. It's not mandatory, but I'm super tired, so I want to get a good workout in. We're just gonna get straight into the workout. I'm gonna give you guys tips. Follow along till the end, and I'll give you guys the full workout in the description. Let's get right into it. I didn't record the first set, but that's okay. We are going to be doing weighted pull-ups. I use 45 pounds normally for my first 2 sets. In the last set, I dropped the weight considerably. I use 25s, and on the last set as well, I do a drop set. The drop set is basically as many reps as I can with the 25, and I take the weight off and do as many reps as I can with no weight. If you can't do weighted pull-ups, that's okay. You gotta start somewhere. So you do regular pull-ups and do as many reps as you can. Focus on the contraction. Don't worry about it. Eventually you'll get to weighted pull-ups. All right, let's get these reps in. I just did 8 reps on the first set, so I think I'm gonna try to go for 6. I might not be able to do 6, but that's okay. Just take it to failure. Make sure you're taking a nice squeeze, keeping as much as a good form as you can. So on this set, I'm gonna do 6 reps, even if in a couple seconds I'll say I'm gonna do 4. For some reason, I don't know how to count. I try to keep my form as clean as possible. And when I feel that my form is about to deteriorate, and look at my legs, you're gonna see them like prop up at some point. I'm giving myself a little swing. As long as you're going up and keeping the contraction on the back while doing weighted pull-ups, you will see a maximum amount of gains. And you can see my back completely getting shredded up from this exercise. I think that was like 4, I think 4.5. That's okay. We go heavy, and next set we're gonna go light. So we're going with the lighter weight, 25s. Remember, this is the last set, so give it your all. And when you're giving it your all, do the max amount of reps, preferably a weight or a number of pull-ups that you do 6 to 8 reps. And once you do those 6 to 8 reps, you're gonna take the weight off, and you're gonna do as many reps as you can as possible. And that pretty much sums it up for the first exercise for this back and chest day, a staple of an insane aesthetic back. Make sure you got the weight nice and secure and get it in. Never be too afraid to drop the weight, because that way you can get absolutely clean reps. And notice, because I drop the weight, sometimes I don't go all the way down. I feel as if when you like stop going all the way down, like you stop at maybe like 90%, you keep the contraction on the back. Because I'm tired here, you can see like I'm going all the way down, getting a little bit of energy back, and like swinging my way up. That way I can get like the maximum amount of clean reps. Well, you can't really call them clean, but I'm getting reps. Now remember, take the weight off and max it out, bro. On this last set, I try to spam as many reps as I can. I don't even count the rep range. If I can get 6, I get 6. If I can get 10, I get 10. But I take it to failure. On most of my reps, I try to not go all the way down because I want to keep the contraction on my back. And if you want to rewind the video and look at my back at the beginning of the sets versus now, you can definitely see I'm starting to get a nasty pump. I'm telling you, this exercise is the best back builder. Yeah, that was hard, man. But yeah, take that last set to failure. Do as many reps as you can. All right, T-bar rows, a staple of a thicker and wider back. This is one of the best exercises to get an aesthetic physique. I go 6 to 8 reps. I think I'm gonna go more because I have been getting stronger. Try to get the squeeze, the contraction, and try to keep good form, at least for the majority of the reps. And don't worry about fucking up the form at the end. Just squeeze out the last few reps, and believe me, this will give you tremendous back gains. So for this exercise, don't be afraid to go a little heavy. Like, don't ego lift, but don't be afraid to go a little heavy. But you gotta make sure that it's your back that's pulling the weight and not your arms. I feel as if the grip positioning that I use for this particular exercise does emphasize a little bit more the arms, but like you gotta have that mind muscle connection. So we're gonna go close grip, lat pull downs. Great exercise to work the inside of the back. We just did T-bar rows for the depth and the width of the back, and we did wide grip pull-ups for a wider back. Now we're gonna work the inside of the back muscle. Go considerably heavy. I usually go 8 to 10 reps. Last few reps, I cheat them out. Just trying to pump it in, but try to get at least 6 to 8 reps clean and get a few more cheat reps at the end. The same thing as the T-bar rows, you gotta have like a good mind muscle connection when choosing this hand positioning, because it will emphasize the arms a little bit more, specifically the biceps. But if you really put your mind to it and like you focus on pulling with your back and not really your arms, you will feel it in your back. But I do admit, when I first started doing this exercise, I felt it more in my biceps. And notice how I'm cranking out a few cheat reps at the end. That's very good. You're pushing the muscle past failure, and you're breaking down the fibers. Now look at my back, like seriously, you can see all the muscle fibers up in there. You got like 2 more portions, come on. We're gonna do some cable rows, considerably heavy. Again, this is my mantra. You have to go heavy, heavy for you. 6 to 8 reps for this. Don't worry about cheating the last few reps. Partials, that's where the growth will come. And believe me, every single exercise I do is a staple of an aesthetic back and chest. Just follow this along for 8 weeks and believe me, you'll see a huge difference. So let's get these reps in. One thing I've noticed with cable rows, you kind of have to have clean form, because if not, you don't even really feel it in your back. And I know a lot of people that struggle with cable rows just because they don't feel it in your back. Like, I don't really feel the contraction. Yeah, you kind of have to like squeeze your back as you're pulling the cable towards you. If not, like, it's honestly just like a bicep exercise in my opinion. Watch me how I do my cheat reps at the end. Push it past failure. The rear delts, something that most people neglect. Normally I use the pec deck machine to do reverse flies, but it's being used up right now and I don't feel like waiting. So we're gonna use dumbbells. I do it chest supported. Make sure to put your chest just like this. Because I'm using dumbbells, notice how like I tilt my pinkies up, and in my opinion this is the best way to feel it when using dumbbells. But if you can, use a pec deck machine. Sit down, reverse fly it, you're gonna feel the best contraction. I don't really like using dumbbells, but like I said, the machine was being used and I didn't feel like waiting, so I had to adapt. But try to mimic my form when doing this exercise. You don't necessarily need to use a bench as well, but I feel having the chest supported removes a little bit of swing when doing this exercise. We're about to do chest. I usually start chest with incline dumbbell press. I think this is the best exercise to grow your chest, get an aesthetic chest look, physique. Doing incline, you could strictly do incline and your chest will grow like crazy. I think it's the best thing to do for chest, that and dips. So we're gonna start warming up the chest. Grab a weight, you can spam, do like 12, 15 reps. Don't fatigue yourself. Just get the blood flowing in your chest. I usually mix it up. Get the triceps a bit ready. All right, grab a weight. Now you can do 6 to 8 reps. Learn to kick up, because you're not always gonna have a spotter. There. I wasn't trying to eagle lift, I promise. I normally can get like 6 to 8 reps on this weight, but for some reason this time I just couldn't get past 3, but that's okay. You drop the weight, don't use your ego. Fuck! I have to drop the weight, go to 50s. Damn. So some people will tell you that when doing incline dumbbell press, you kind of have to like do 3/4 of the rep so you can have like the full contraction, I guess, on the chest, and like when you lock out you don't lose that contraction. I personally don't feel that way. I feel like you have to go past your elbows, and like when you go all the way up you press it, and once you're at the top you like squeeze your chest. That for me personally works very well, and I can really feel it in my upper chest. If I do like a 3/4 of a rep, I don't feel it in my upper chest for some reason. Do what works best for you. If you can feel it in your upper chest, then do it that way. If you don't feel it, try to switch it up. It's a lot better than not feeling it at all.
I'm putting 135. This is heavy for me. It might not be heavy for you, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Put a weight that's kind of heavy for you. 6 to 8 reps, same concept. Go heavy and give it your all. Try to keep the form as clean as possible the last few reps. Cheat it out if you have to. This is my second set, so I'm probably gonna do like 4 to 6 on it. Doesn't matter. At least I'm gonna get the reps in. And the last set I'm gonna drop the weight. Get a proper 6 to 8 reps and move on to the next exercise after that.
The reason why I prefer Smith machine than like regular free weight bench is because I feel it more in my chest and a lot less in my shoulders. And it's not a bad idea to do like free weight if you want. We're aiming for hypertrophy, so you want the maximum amount of contraction on the specific muscle you're targeting. And watch me how I'm about to like almost die and drop the weight on me on a Smith machine. Embarrassing.
One of my favorite chest exercises, which honestly is the main reason why my chest has grown as much as it did, was weighted dips. When I started off, I couldn't even do one dip, okay? And I started doing them, slowly adding weight, like 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Now I do 45 pounds comfortably. Usually do 8 to 10 reps with this. Sometimes if I'm fatigued, I might do 6 to 8. But I try to aim for 8 to 10. Give it your all and watch how I do them. Try to focus it on my chest and not on my triceps.
People struggle a lot with this exercise, honestly, and I understand why, but you kind of have to like lean forward and not completely lock out. Even though like I lock out at the final reps, that's fine, but like try to not completely lock out your arms, or else you're gonna feel it more in your triceps. Some people like have shoulder pain, and I guess their shoulder stability is not good enough for this exercise, and you will develop it by doing regular dips.
The final exercise, my favorite exercise, pec deck, chest flies. The best freaking exercise there is for complete growth. This gets the stretch on the chest. I put it on one, I don't know what angle this is. It's a little bit more than 180. Put a weight that you're comfortable doing, around 10 reps. Make sure that every single rep that you do, you squeeze and give it your all.
Pec deck is one of the exercises that I don't go super heavy on, just because I want the full squeeze and the full stretch. For some reason, if I go too heavy, I feel it more in my shoulders and my biceps. So I go on a lighter weight and I really focus on stretching the chest and squeezing at the end.
Notice how I do the squeeze? Notice how I did a few partials at the end. Always important when working out, in my opinion. Taking it past failure, even if it's a quarter rep. Don't try to hurt yourself, get an injury, but if you can physically get a quarter rep in, a fifth of a rep in, an eighth of a rep in, push it, and that's where your muscle is actually gonna see growth. All right, the moment of truth. See the pump.
This back and chest workout has never failed to give me an insane pump. Like, I'm shredded up, cut up, I can see the veins pop out. And as the weeks are going by and I'm doing these exercises, I can see more and more muscle definition and muscle growth. I do need to work on my chest though. I feel as if it's like the weakest point of my body, but there's still room to improve and many more years to come. And I do need to learn how to pose, because I pose like garbage. I don't know how to flex my chest, and like my back pose is pretty bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Peace.